Changing our mindset, consciousness, and awareness. Let's talk about patience. And as the holiday season comes about, it is very easy to lose patience. Let's face it, with kids at home, school holidays, people in a hurry, because this is the thing that adds up on the holidays, is that the level of frustration seems to go up and up. The kids seem to drive us crazy, and we're trying to work, we're trying to do all the things, we're trying to create the balance between all these social events, and it requires a lot of patience. Patience is something that we get to practice on the holidays rather than getting drawn into the negativity, getting drawn into losing our cool. Let's look at ways and why, to start with, our nervous system is uneasy, because when we have a level of patience that is sometimes short and angry towards something, or abrupt, that's the kind of outplay that comes about when our nervous system is not regulated. And what I mean by that is that our nervous system controls everything, and so something is out of alignment when our nervous system is shooting these things. Say it's the anger, say it's the abruptness, or the way you speak to someone is not in a patient, calm, harmonious way. It's abrupt, it's rude, it's angry, it's rage, all those things that we kind of hide, but yet over time they add up and they add up and they add up, and then all of a sudden it's like a burst of energy. It's like a jug boiling. When it gets to that certain temperature, then starts bubbling up, right? It's exactly that analogy with our body. If we keep storing in our body all these things that are causing this frustration, this anger, this rage, if we keep storing that in, our nervous system doesn't know what to do. It doesn't calibrate, and so then it's disrupted, and this is when we can have those outbreaks. What can we do for ourselves, especially in the holiday period, that's going to help us really come back to coming from a level of patience and calm and peace, rather than the outplay of anger, rage, abruptness, all the things that only cause more trouble with everyone else in the family or around you in your social circle, because those kind of things can really leave a mark on having a good experience and not having a good experience over the holiday period. And it's no one's fault. It just, we have to be able to recognize these things that are going on within ourselves and not put the blame on anyone else, because it's us. We are the ones reacting. We are the ones that have that anger built up because we don't communicate our needs, because we can't see a different side of the story, and we feel annoyed by other people's actions, when we actually need to look at that for ourselves and go, okay, what is that is causing that disruption or the rudeness? It's never someone else's fault. It's always us. And that's the first thing to understand. The second thing to understand, if you feel crammed or you don't have enough space, is about creating space. Because most of the time we feel like shut in, boxed in, we can't get everything that we want to get done in a certain time frame. And so our space becomes very full, and then we don't have any other room for anything else. Therefore, we get frustrated, we get angry, and nothing more can fit in there. So when something else comes up, like say something comes up, you take it the wrong way, there's no space, so you're going to explode. And so we have to really manage ourselves, manage our nervous system, to be able to go, okay, I'm feeling XYZ, I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling anxiety, I'm feeling whatever the thing is. What is that? And it could be a multitude of things. But we have to take responsibility in going, what is it? Because it will be, if you backtrack, there will be a certain thread that we need to follow and to get to the original, whatever it was that caused that frustration or the disruption or whatever. So if we can do that, we are going to then be able to have a conversation, because we actually know what's coming up for us. we can have a conversation with someone else. Or if it's our children, we can go, okay, I need to make sure that I take more time for myself, whether that's early in the morning, you wake up earlier to get some time for yourself, or you go to bed later and have a bit of downtime. It's all about our own self-care to be able to then give to others. Because if we can't look after ourselves, no one else is going to be able to look after us. And it then also just causes that explosion, that blow up. And that's not what we want around holidays, right? We want to be loving. We want to be, in a nice headspace. We want to be able to enjoy the time with the most important people. And usually they're the ones that get the blunt end of the stick when we are feeling frustrated, when we're feeling uptight, anxious, and not feeling spacious. And we have to do the work. We really have to do the work to then set an example for our children, to set an example in our social scene as to what we can actually hold. There's a lot of social events as well at this time, and the social events also cause anxiety because it's out of the normal to what we would usually do. And if we're not taking enough space to be able to come back to our own energy, our own being, there's a lot of energy going on around us, and that also fills our space. We are not able to expand in that way of living. We can only expand when we have space, and we can only be calm when we have space. When we don't have space, we are hitting our head against a brick wall. There's always going to be a drama. There's always going to be a problem. There's always going to be something that frustrates you, that makes you feel angry. All of those things. So it's about our own responsibility and understanding that it is all for us to realize, hey, I'm not feeling as patient as I could be. What is underneath that? Do I need to communicate better? Do I need to understand a situation from a different perspective? Can I have a better routine, that I create some self-care time? These are all the questions, these are all the inquiries as to more calmness, more peace, more happiness, and more joy over the holiday period. All right, my beautiful people, hope that helps. Sending you much love, calmness, peace, and joy for this holiday season. Blessings to all of you, and miracles and magic, of course, for our very special Christmas and our new year. Much love, Amanda G.